Hello everyone, this is Sabrina. I'm here again with my channel Fluent Flow. আজকের ভিডিওটা একাডেমিক রাইটিং টাস্ক 1 এর যে ভিডিওসগুলো আমি আপলোড করছিলাম সেটারই ডে 5 and in this video we will prepare ourselves to dive into practice task 1. So let's go for day 5. আমি এই ভিডিওস একাডেমিক রাইটিং টাস্ক 1 এর ভিডিওসের যে vocabularies and tips and tricks গুলো আপলোড করছিলাম সেখানে একটা গ্রাফ ইউজ করেছি which was about uh, this one, this line graph. So our first class, practice class, will start with this same line graph. So let's read the question for once. Eating sweet foods produce acid in the mouth, which can causes tooth decay. High acid levels are measured by low pH values. Describe the information below and discuss the consequences for dental health. Write at least 150 words. Okay, this is not essential যে আপনাকে 150 words এর মধ্যে শেষ করতে হবে. You can write some more words, no problem. It's not a big issue. So let's see এখানে যে গ্রাফটা দেওয়া আছে, the graph that shows how sugary food affect your mouth. Okay, the graph has a line for each food. I hope you can see. For each type of sugar they have used separate color lines, right? The line shows how acidic your mouth gets after eating the food. I mean, acidity is measured by pH, with lower numbers being more acidic. The number when the pH level drop more, the mouth become more acidic. Okay, there is also danger zone on the graph. I hope you can see this dot line which is between 5 to 6. I mean in 5.5. This is the danger zone on the graph where the acid level is bad for your teeth, right? I mean, if the acid level is below 5.5, the tooth decay occur, and if it is more than 5.5, the decay is unlikely. Tooth decay is unlikely, right? So here the summary of the graph is, if you are going to take this sugar, fruit sugar, canned sugar or honey, your body's pH level will start dropping, and when the moment you will consume the sugar, it takes few minutes to start dropping the pH level. The graph is actually showing that how much time it takes to drop the pH level, and gradually with the time it start changing the level, right? And you will see that later on few of the lines are going to the and you will notice that after a few more minutes the line is again reaching the safe zone, right? So basically in this graph we want you to understand two things: which food makes your mouth the most acidic and for how long. That means it's making your mouth more acidic, but for how long, right? This food is likely the worst for your teeth. For example, here canned sugar. When you are consuming canned sugar, the pH level is dropping most. So definitely it is the worst kind of sugar. Which food causes the least amount of acid or keeps your mouth out of danger zone the quickest? For example, here the blue line is for honey. If you are intaking honey, the pH level will drop and then it will reach to the safest zone very quickly, right? The food is likely, this kind of food is likely the best of for your teeth out of this three, definitely. Basically, we are looking for the superstar and the villain in terms of how they affect our teeth, right? So we are going to present some of the thing in a negative way and some of the thing in a positive way. So okay, let's move on to the next part, tips before we attempt writing. Definitely, I know I have given already some tips and tricks, কিন্তু আমি যেটা করব যে আজকে যেহেতু এটা first writing, not only for first writing, how many writings I'm going to give you as a practice writing, I will give tips for every writing because this is essential to make you understand as you are learning, right? Imagine a graph as a treasure chest filled with shiny gems of information. Definitely. Remember, a graph is an image which demonstrate a lot of information with that image. With these lines, few lines, they will present you a lot of information to gather. So instead of trying to grab every single gem, this is not essential that every gems in the treasure box will be valuable, right? Focus on 5 to 7 biggest and most dazzling one. Like if someone asks you to pick some gems from a treasure box, you must, if you are really intelligent enough, you are going to find out the most valuable, not all, not grab them all and try to uh, take all of them together. Just pick few valuable and run away. That's it. So compare and contrast these gems to reveal the hidden secret. Compare and contrast those information to find out the main theme of the graph. Instead of trying to cover every bit of data on a graph, focus on the top 5 to 8 key trends or changes that stand out the most. একটা গ্রাফে as usual I said যে একটা গ্রাফে অনেকগুলো ইনফরমেশন থাকবে, it's not essential that you will analyze each bit of data. No, not important. Okay. Though I know that at the beginning I said 5 to 7, but here I extended it 5 to 8. If you have a graph with a lot of information, definitely you can choose up to 8, no problem. But the list should be 5, okay, not less than 5. So instead of trying to every bit of data, sort out the most 5 to 8 information and then grab them to illustrate your writing. Let's say the question wants you to write a report and talk about the data in graphs. So you should focus on comparing, contrasting, pointing out the highest and lowest points and highlighting the most interesting parts in your answer. Remember, you don't have to talk about every single bit of data in the graph. I'm repeating. It is not important to discuss each of the data they have given in the graph in your writing. This is not essential. Sort out the most 5 to 8 information and sequentially arrange them. Okay. Tips for answering this task 1 question. For this task 1 specifically, I'm going to give you few tips. At first, find out what the question asks you to describe. This is general instruction. This is a general tip for each of them who are practicing writing. আমরা যারা this is a general tip for them who are practicing writing. আমরা যারা writing attempt করি, most of themই এই জিনিসটা ফেস করি যে we don't try to understand question, we don't try to invest time on understanding question. এটা একটা very crucial part. I have seen a lot of adult people also who are doing higher degrees. They also have faced this problem. Question কি বলেছে, question কি চেয়েছে, এটাই আমরা বুঝতে পারি না. And for this reason, a lot of us attempt to write the wrong answer. কোয়েশ্চেন বুঝতে পারাটা অনেক ইম্পর্টেন্ট, একটা ক্রুশাল একটা ব্যাপার, কারণ কোয়েশ্চেন বুঝতে পারলে ইউ ক্যান ইজিলি মেক আ ফ্রেম অফ ইউর অ্যান্সার। বাট কোয়েশ্চেনটা যদি আমার না ক্লিয়ার থাকে তাহলে অ্যান্সার করা কিন্তু টাফ হবে। একটা হচ্ছে কোয়েশ্চেন বুঝি না, আরেকটা হচ্ছে মোস্ট অফ দ্য টাইম আমরা কোয়েশ্চেনটা ভুল বুঝি, মানে কোয়েশ্চেনে কি চেয়েছে এটা রং ওয়েতে বুঝতে পারি, not in the correct way. Note down the highlighted trends from the graph. Actually what they ask, actually not the whole data they have given in the graph, the most important thing they ask you to do in the graph. Okay, to illustrate your answer must start with the most focused topic. অনেকগুলো topic থাকবে, অনেকগুলো data থাকবে, but among them you will not start with the very simple one, you will start with the most focused one and gradually bring each of them in your topic, in your writing, in your discussion. Okay, so it is a very crucial part for every writing, not only for task 1, for task 2 as well. Maybe the time splitting will be a little bit different, but time management is very crucial for your writing. Remember, you must have to split your time into few parts. You have 20 minutes for task 1, so এই 20 মিনিটসটাকে কয়েকটা ভাগে ভাগ করে ফেলতে হবে, like first 2 to 3 minutes, this is like the starting line. Take a deep breath, read the question carefully and understand what information you need to extract from the graph, diagram or map, whatever your topic is. Make a quick mental plan for your answer. Okay, in this 2 to 3 minutes you have to do all these things. What are the key points you will cover in this writing? There are few key points you have to note down at first, that I'm going to cover all these things in my writing. That means you have to plan the main track for 12 to 14 minutes. Now you are cruising in the ship, right? Use this time to write your answer. Remember, you are practicing now, so don't ever think that you have 20 minutes to write. You have 12 to 14. Okay, it can be maximum 15, though it's a lot to write. And rest of the time you will think, you will plan, you will revise. Okay, don't worry about perfection at this stage. That means this 12 to 14 minutes is not for a perfect answer, it's for writing your answer. Okay, just get your ideas down clearly and accurately. Whatever your ideas about the topic, after analyzing the question, write them clearly. Then the final sprint, which is for 2 minutes. This is your chance to shine, remember. Double check your work for any mistake, any unwanted mistake. Did you answer all parts of your question? You have to check them. This is a very vital part. Did you answer all the parts of your question or not? It's happened. These mistakes happen with several students. Is your grammar and vocabulary strong? Proofread carefully to avoid any unnecessary errors. Remember, আমরা সবাই জানি যে কি টাইপের ওয়ার্ডস ইউজ করতে হবে, কি টাইপের গ্রামার স্ট্রাকচার ইউজ করতে হবে, বাট at the end of the day what happen, we do mistakes during writing. So এই যে mistakes গুলো, এগুলো কিন্তু ধরতে পারার ability আমাদের আছে, but the problem is we don't keep time to check our own writing. এটা not only for us, I will say for every students who start practice, who are beginner, even school students, college students, university or IELTS learner, no problem who are you, this is for everyone. এই পার্টটা, রিভিশন পার্টটা, this is very crucial. লেখার পরে if you have few minutes in your hand, you can find your own mistakes. Remember, it is always essential, I always say to my students that be your own teacher before your teacher check your writing. So let's move on. Mission possible, definitely. If you put all this thing in your mind, this is not an impossible mission. So become a today's mission basically you have to be a data detective, though you were not, but today you don't have to be a data analyst for this. Just find out the data and the information from the data, put them in your writing. We have a graph with clues about food and teeth. Can you analyze it and write a report in 20 minutes? Of course you can. So here is the graph. Now the delineated line graph illustrates the impact of consuming fruit sugar, canned sugar and honey on mouth acidity, which can influence tooth decay risk. A natural pH level of 7 indicates a low risk of decay. Conversely, or on the contrary, lower pH levels signifying higher acidity elevate the risk. This is how you can start. Remember, আমরা যখন লেখাটা শুরু করি, the introduction should be the most attractive part because this is the face of your writing. Okay. In For this writing academic task 1, I have given you a few vocabularies. I would say few because these are not a lot. It's very easy to grab. Okay, just keep practicing. From those vocabularies you can use a bunch of them in your writing, in your every task 1 writing. You have the chance because most of them you can start most of them in a very similar way. So see, how did I start? The delineated line graph, the given line graph illustrates the impact of consuming fruit sugar, canned sugar and honey on mouth acidity. So এই যে give line গ্রাফটা দেয়া আছে, এই লাইন গ্রাফটা কি ইনফরমেশন দিচ্ছে আমাদেরকে? The impact of consuming this 3 kind of sugar, right, on our mouth acidity, which can influence tooth decay risk. এই mouth acidity বাড়লে কি হবে? Tooth decay level বেড়ে যাওয়ার রিস্কটা আছে. It also showing this with this dot lines. A natural pH level of 7 indicates a low risk of decay. এই যে natural is 7, এটা হচ্ছে যেখান থেকে প্রত্যেকটা লাইন স্টার্ট হয়েছে, this is actually showing that this is the natural pH level of our body which indicates a low risk of decay. Okay, but when it will start dropping, the chances of decay will increase. Okay, conversely, on the contrary, on the other hand, okay, when you are going to give a contrast information, you can use these connectors. Lower pH levels signifying higher acidity. pH level যত কমবে, acidity level তত বাড়বে. And elevate the risk. Elevate means increased. I already have given this. So let's see the next para. The graph highlights that all 3 sweeteners cause a temporary decrease in mouth pH. After 5 minutes, canned sugar triggers the most substantial drop, reaching the rock bottom of a highly acidic pH of 3.5. Crucially, it keeps the level at this risky stage for around 30 minutes, considerably longer than the other sugar. So, see, we can see from this graph that this purple line, it drops the most, right? The purple line is for canned sugar. So this is the most focused topic, that which one has dropped the most. Okay, So the graph highlights that all three kinds of sweeteners causes a temporary decrease. It is definitely temporary. It decreased, then with the time it started going to the safest level again, right? So definitely it's temporary, it's not permanent. After 5 minutes, see here is the time after consuming your sugar. After 5 minutes, canned sugar triggers the most substantial drop. Substantial means significant drop, reaching the rock bottom of highly acidic pH of 3.5. Decrease. You remember rock bottom? I have given in the previous videos. Okay. So it decreased drastically in 3.5. Crucially, it keeps the level at this risky stage for around 30 minutes. You can see around 30 minutes it was, right? Then it start crossing the danger level. Considerably longer than other sugar. So, yeah, definitely you can see. They start going to the safest level earlier than this canned sugar, right? So this is how you are going to give some information comparing to the other information. Let's move to the next part of this same writing. Fruit sugar shows a less severe effect, causing a decline to around pH 4 within 5 minutes. However, it recovers to a safer pH above 5.5 after 15 minutes. Honey exhibits the least concerning impact, while its pH dips to 5.3 after 5 minutes. It rises back above the safe threshold P within 13 minutes. As we have highlighted the most focused topic, which was related to canned sugar, now gradually we will go into the other topic. একটা most focused topic discuss করার পর আমরা কি করব, gradually প্রত্যেকটা টপিকই highlighted topic, not each of the topic data, highlighted data discuss করা শুরু করব. So next যেটা crucial মনে হচ্ছে, that is fruit sugar, right? The consuming of fruit sugar. Fruit sugar consume করার পরে কি হয়, যে fruit sugar shows a less severe effect, less than which, less than the canned sugar, causing a decline to around pH 4 within 5 minutes. Within 5 minutes we can see that it's causing a decline of what? Around 4. It is close to 4, right? However, it recovers to a safer pH above 5. See, it's going above 5 after 15 minutes. So here we can see it started going from 10 minutes to 15 minutes, it started crossing the danger zone, right? Okay, let's come to honey, which is a blue line. Honey exhibits means demonstrates, shows the least concerning impact. We can see, comparing to the other sugars, honey is impacting, its less impact than other two. So while its pH dips to 5.3, here we can see dipped into 5.3, not even 5.5, right? I hope you can see that it's not even 5.5, it's into 5.3. After 5 minutes, it rises back above the safe threshold within 30 minutes. So হানির ক্ষেত্রে যেটা হচ্ছে যে its pH level drops to 5.3 after 5 minutes of consuming it, and then it rises back above the safe level. Threshold is a very good similar word for level, okay? Safe level within 13 minutes. Within 13 minutes we can see that it went into the safest level, right? So this is how you are going to compare and contrast the data. most highlighted data. In conclusion, frequent consumption of any of these sugars can contribute to decay. However, canned sugar poses a greater risk due to the significant and prolonged decrease in mouth pH it provokes. On the other hand, honey appears to have a comparatively milder effect on oral acidity. So in conclusion is a part, in line graph or in task 1 where in the first, just try to finish it within 2 to 3 sentences. First line আমরা যেটা করতে পারি একটা general statement, একটা general data দিতে পারি about the overall writing, and then in the second sentence you can give a comment. Okay, not you definitely should give a comment like, however, canned sugar poses a greater risk due to significant and prolonged decrease in mouth pH it provokes. Okay, comment দিতে হবে, comment type of sentence. And then in the last sentence, just a suggestion. On the other hand, honey appears to have a comparatively milder effect on the oral acidity. So it's just a kind of, suggestion or comparative comment to finish. This is just a general statement about the whole writing in conclusion, and no need to write it more than 2 to 3 sentences. So this is how actually you can write your whole writing task 1, this kind of writing, but I will still give you some more last word, which is about introduction, which is basically in introduction, never copy words from the questions. This is a very very crucial part. Never copy words from the question. Try to write, if you have to write those words, use the similar or synonym words. Okay, overview or a general trend, what the diagram indicate at a first glance. When you look for the first time, you will understand basically what is the most important topic they're asking you to discuss. Do not give numbers, percentage or quantity in your general trend. I mean, from your general idea that you may have idea about this topic, you have knowledge about this, but please don't use ideas or knowledge from your own personal knowledge which is out of this line graph. Line graph যেগুলো দেওয়া থাকবে সেখান থেকে ইনফরমেশন নেবে. Doesn't matter it's wrong or right. Okay, rather give the most striking feature on the graph that could be easily understood at a glance. Most striking, most significant focus topic, pick them and write. Introduction, general statement and overall trend or general trend should not have more than 75 to 80 words, not more than this. Reporting detail, main feature in the details, what you are going to comparison and contrast of the data, nor do not give all the figures, no need to present all the data. Most striking features from the graph. Okay, and the conclusion, general statement, implications and significant comments. That's it. So here in this slide I'm going to show you that how what we have written for the graph I have chosen for practicing in today's class. So this is the whole graph. You can take a screenshot and take the screenshot of the graph as well from the video, and you can practice. But I will suggest, okay, in this writing I have used 206 words. You can write up to this, it's not a big issue. But if you have still confusion, you can write around 180 words. That would, and I will suggest you to create your own writing on the same topic and then compare your writing with the given one in this video to improve your writing skill and to ensure a good score in your IELTS academy. So in the coming videos, I'm going to give you more questions to practice, and I will illustrate those questions with all the tips and tricks, and I will give you a simple writing as well in the video so that it will be helpful to practice yourself at home. And also remember, this is the best way if you are struggling in writing. If you just read someone's writing, that will also assist you to develop your own writing. So till my next video, bye bye, stay safe and good luck for your preparation. Bye.